All right, so we're diving deep today, and it looks like we're going to be
into Problemista.
Problemista,
Yeah.
right? And this is going to be interesting, I think.
Oh, yeah.
This review from MovieKaTicket.com, it makes it sound like it's just a really unique film. I mean, surrealism, comedy, and drama all kind of mixed together.
Yeah, sounds intriguing.
Yeah. And not just that, but it also explores the immigrant experience.
Right.
And also like the pursuit of dreams. So,
which, I mean, could be handled in so many different ways with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's what's so cool about it. The potential here, I think, is.
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking. I mean, it's just from what we're reading, it seems like they're using this kind of like whimsical, almost like a whimsical lens to look at some, you know, really serious issues. And I think that's what's exciting for me about it. It's like, how are they going to put that all together?
Yeah, how are they going to blend it all together?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, and so the review starts off, it kind of dives right into the main character, and his name is Alejandro.
Alejandro? Okay.
And he's a Salvadoran artist.
Okay.
And
already interesting.
He's trying to make it, right, in the NYC toy industry.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which there's
like a layer of contrast right there.
There's definitely a lot of contrast.
It's just in that setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a world that is
really difficult to break into, I would imagine.
I would imagine. Especially if you're, you know, coming from a different country.
Yeah.
You know, different culture.
And if you're
background.
A Salvadoran artist.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me already sounds like there's a story there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it gets even more interesting because he's also dealing with this ticking clock. His visa is about to expire.
Oh, no. Oh, wow.
So, I mean, talk about pressure.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're
trying to achieve this dream.
And but at the same time, it's like
you might be.
Yeah, you're worried about
rooted.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And how do you even focus on what you're trying to do with that hanging over your head?
Exactly. So it's like Problemista, it sounds like this is going to give us a really
unique
perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, a glimpse into like these anxieties.
Yeah. I mean, the triumphs too.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like maybe he's able to overcome some things, and that's, you know, that's always part of stories like this too. It's not just about the hardship.
Well, and I think that leads right into you know, the other character that's mentioned here is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
And she's played by Tilda Swinton.
Okay.
Which, I mean,
oh wow. Oh, come on.
Tilda Swinton, I mean, she's going to bring it no matter what.
Right.
You know. But the reviewer describes her character, Elizabeth, as eccentric.
Eccentric, okay? So
knowing Tilda Swinton, I mean, that could mean a million different things.
A million different things, yeah.
So what are your thoughts on
Well, I mean, just knowing her past work, like she has this ability to be you know, whimsical and light, but then also like turn on a dime and be really vulnerable and raw.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing her character is not just going to be there for like comedic relief or something like that. I think she's going to bring some depth to it.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. And I think that probably plays into.
Yeah. Maybe she represents like the, you know, like the craziness of the world or the like the unpredictable nature of things, especially for someone who's, you know, coming from a different.
Right. Especially in this world.
Place. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Of the NYC toy industry.
Right. Right.
And I think this ties right back into what the reviewer said about the dreamlike sequences and surreal metaphors. So it seems like
interesting.
The visual style is going to be really important here.
So the visuals themselves might be part of the storytelling.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
And I think, you know, you were talking about like the unpredictability, and I wonder,
what if they're using the surreal elements to be like metaphors for that?
Yeah, what if those are metaphors?
Right, like the feeling of being in a new world, the struggle to communicate, maybe the constant like anxiety of like, you know, being found out or something.
Yeah, or like
being between two worlds, like not really belonging.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah, you can be able to quite fit in,
Right, and expressing that visually, I think could be.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Really, really powerful.
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be.
Like too heavy-handed, you think?
I don't think so. No, the reviewer describes the tone as Light, yet thought-provoking.
Light, okay, but thought-provoking. So they're not shying away from the issues.
But they're not going to beat you over the head with it either.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. And I think there's a way to do that.
Yeah.
Where you're using humor, right? Like you're pointing out the absurdity of a situation, but in doing so, you're actually highlighting like a real problem. And that can be really, really effective.
Oh, it's so effective, yeah. Because, I mean, sometimes you laugh and then you're like, You're like, oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. That's not actually funny.
That's messed up. That's actually kind of messed up, yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like...
I mean, you look at satire, right? Like all the best satire is able to do that.
To make you laugh, but also think.
Right. Make you think, okay, maybe we should be doing something about this.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that...
So Problemista is kind of inviting us to do that, it sounds like. Look at this crazy situation, laugh at it, but then also realize that this is...
Yeah, and recognize...
something that's a problem.
The real issues that are at play.
Yeah, and sometimes those aha moments are the most powerful ones.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
The ones that kind of sneak up on you when you least expect it.
Yeah. Well, and I think, you know, for you, the listener, what can you expect?
Right.
From Problemista, I think.
Well, based on what we're seeing here, it sounds like a really unique blend. Of surrealism, comedy, and then you know, this very real drama.
And the drama
that comes with immigrant experience, you know, these creative ambitions and just trying to make your way in the world.
Yeah. And the challenges that come with that.
Right. And I think people shouldn't underestimate that blend, you know? Like the fact that it's surreal, I think could actually give even more depth to these really complex themes, you know? Like we're talking about the immigrant experience, the anxiety about visas, just the determination it takes to pursue something in a place that's totally unfamiliar to you. And I think the surrealism could, you know, really...
Yes, almost like
highlight those things in a way that just like a straight drama couldn't.
Yeah, it's almost like it's another language to communicate these things.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And it's definitely a film that's going to make you look beyond the surface and like figure out what are they really trying to say with this.
Right. Well, and we've talked a lot about the immigrant experience and that, you know, that side of things.
Yeah.
But what about Yeah, what about the
world?
Yeah, what about this
of toys?
NYC toy industry?
Right.
Right. I mean, how is
his background as a Salvadoran artist?
Yeah, is it going to clash? Is it going to
clash? Is it going to like connect in some way? Is it going to you know,
is that going to be
something that they explore?
Yeah, is that going to be another
Yeah, and maybe they're using that to even comment on
another layer,
like on the art world in general, or like the creative world in general, and how difficult it can be to kind of break through those barriers.
So there's a lot here,
a lot to think about.
There's a lot to think about
with this movie.
That's something for you to ponder as you watch Problemista. I'll definitely be adding it to my list.
Me too. Sounds.
Yeah, I think it's going to be...
really fascinating.
Yeah, really fascinating.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
For this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
Sounds good.
All right.
See ya.